Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. Today I'm here with Simon and Mike Castellon, hosts of the WECB show Mic Drop. Thanks so much for being in studio,
Thanks
guys.
for having us. It's good to be here.
So tell us, what exactly is Mic Drop?
Well, Mic Drop is a comedy variety radio show where we play some of our favorite music, and then in between these sets of music, try to make people laugh, whether it be through lively discussion or pre-recorded skits. Just lots of comedy, lots of good time.
Nice. Well, what is Mic Drop to you?
Well, over the past, I guess, year and a half since we first came to Emerson, me and Mike and the rest of our friends have always had like these kind of like weird ideas that have never really gone beyond just like inside jokes within a group of friends. And so we figured that we would take some of these ideas and try to do something with them. And so with a radio show where we can kind of make any sort of sketch that we want, we actually have a chance to take our ideas and do something with them.
Right, so everything that's fun about kind of roommate banter and making up stories, we try to manifest through our show.
And put that out there for everyone else to hear.
Yep.
Would you say that your roommates and everything like that is what inspired Mic Drop?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. The
Like,
comfortable rapport that we've developed with each other, I think, definitely fuels kind of the silliness and the fun of what we put on air.
Nice.
Right.
What has been your favorite part of doing the show so far?
Definitely the storytelling. We definitely try to make up stories and funny stories to put on air. And as a film student, that's important to me to kind of always be on that creative edge and thinking of something new and something that'll give people a reaction. So.
What about you?
well, we had our first show this past Saturday, and so we spent like the weeks leading up to it preparing like crazy, trying to make sure that from the moment we went on at 6 and the moment we went off the air at 7, like we knew everything that was going to happen. But some of the most fun stuff is the stuff that we didn't plan for. Like one of us, flubbed up on air. Someone called in to call us out on our mistake, and that became like a whole big recurring bit throughout the actual show. So a lot of the time, the stuff that you have no idea is going to happen is usually the best stuff that happens.
Yeah, I agree. So do you think going forward the show is going to have this structure and this like hour-long show, or do you think you guys are going to focus more on the improv aspect of it?
You know, with a show like this, you really never know where it's going to go, but we're definitely going to see how people react to it. We have a couple surprises in store, and hopefully people react well.
Yeah.
Where do you guys see the show going over the next semester?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What we really like doing right now is we've kind of started various different stories that we want to see if we can kind of make recurring bits throughout the rest of the semester. Like if people ever watch the Amanda Show, and they had that little thing at the end of the show called Moody's Point, which is like a 3 or 5 minute episode of like this ongoing narrative. We want to have something like that where people will like tune in every week to hear more of this ridiculous story that we're telling. I think that would be pretty cool. That's
Absolutely.
my goal. I would love that.
Definitely.
Personally. So you mentioned Amanda Show. What other comedic influences, shows have you drawn from when you're creating the show?
Well, for me personally, I'm inspired by Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning, if you're familiar with that. And then Good Prairie Home Companion, definitely kind of the idea of two friends who kind of get together and tell stories and play music is definitely a lot of fun.
Nice. Mike, what about you?
I'm a big Bo Burnham fan, and so the way that he'll kind of take an idea and write a song about it, I thought is like insanely talented. That's something that we want to do eventually. We're not quite there yet. Like we wouldn't be able to do anything of that caliber yet, but I think as it goes on and as our ideas get better and we get more on top of getting everything done in advance, I feel like that's something that we would be able to do on the show, which would be a lot of fun.
Nice. What do you guys do to start prepping for a show?
We like to hype up.
Yeah.
The warm-ups.
We throw some ideas around with us or our roommates, and we kind of see what sticks. Like sometimes we'll get a good reaction on something. We'll be like, okay, let's run with this and see where this goes. And sometimes something will just fall flat and we'll just scrap it. But we're doing a lot of cool things. Like yesterday, we were out on the street on Boylston because it was so nice out. Like everyone's been saying, we've just been interviewing random Emerson students on the streets. So that's a bit that you'll be able to hear this Saturday on our show.
Perfect. Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m., right, guys?
Yes.
All
That's
right.
us.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. It was lovely having you.
Yeah,
Thank you.